Hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Ray Bradbury. If you've not yet subscribed to our channel, please take a moment to do that now. All right then, here on Let's Talk Ray Bradbury, beginning way back in 2018, I started this project of trying to review all roughly 600 short stories written by Ray Bradbury. At this point, we're up to just over 220 tales, and we're continuing this project all month long with the Cat's Pajamas stories from 2004. In that collection, we were up to a story called Hail to the Chief, which was written in 2003 or 2004. The way that these videos work is that I begin with a brief synopsis of what the whole story is about, what's the plot and the action and the characters, and then sort of wrap up with just a very brief analysis of what it all means. Is it a good story? Is it worth your time to read? All right then, so a White House official gets a call at 3 a.m. in the morning from a senator, and he learns that a group of 13 senators in North Dakota have spent the night at a Indian casino and have gambled away the entirety of the United States. He makes some phone calls, wakes up the president, and they fly out to North Dakota to this casino to see what can be done. The president meets with the chief, or the owner of the casino, and they play blackjack. The stakes, win or lose, the president gets back the United States, but has to build both schools and casinos in all territories. Of course, because the penalty for winning and losing is the same, in any case, the president gets what he wants. He gets the United States back. Before ending, the chief sort of slides him a piece of paper. It says $26.90 on it. Yes, what's this? Oh, this is the original amount that natives paid for, were given for Manhattan. I'd like that money back. So the president does open his wallet and give him back $26.90. In parting, an interpreter claims that the chief said, "I hope that you build many ships and I'll come to bid you farewell when you sail back to wherever the hell you came from." The president claims, "I'm not going anywhere." And the chief sort of looks at him and says, "Aren't you?" Okay, so not a great piece of satire as far as satire goes, but this is fraught territory. As a rule, I try not to talk about politics. Certainly not my personal politics on the channel, if at all I can avoid it. For context, the story was written during the Bush Jr. election, where he retook the Oval Office by beating John Kerry for his second term. The senators who gambled are said to be Democrats in this case, and it's implied that the president himself is not. The chief, his only desire for getting back to the United States is schools and casinos in every territory. I assume that means every state, which is a lot of spending on education. And it seems implied that the president will lose his job if we do this spending on education. But of course, then there is the gambling element, the casinos. Where I come from here in Pennsylvania and on the New York State border, there are casinos and gambling establishments. But interestingly, a lot of the tax revenue from these establishments goes to fund education, which I've always think was interesting, considering that when I was a kid in school, if I were caught playing cards and gambling on school property, I probably would have been kicked out. I don't know where Ray Bradbury stood as far as fiscal responsibility, but I know that he loved learning, and particularly libraries and reading and educating yourself. So I don't really understand what the whole message is here. Is it that we will we'll have these casinos in which to gamble away everything once again? If the purpose of the story was to be ambiguous, it certainly is ambiguous. Or maybe it's just not very good as far as satire goes, which I sort of pointed out at the beginning of the analysis. But it's a fun read. It's the type of story that it's understandable why it was written at the time it was written. Like our present political situation, which is actually far different from 2003, 2004. 2003, 2004 seems tame by comparison. We were in the aftermath of 9/11. We're soon to get into two wars, Afghanistan and Iraq, and things got pretty heated. But today things are completely batshit crazy. I'm not sure where I was quite going with that, but it is interesting to look at even a mere 20 years later, things feel so much different. And I don't know about you, but I'm praying for some sort of return to somewhat normalcy, if that makes any sense. Because the new normal that we've been enduring for the last 10 years or so has been crazy, and I'm sort of sick of it. But I guess in the end, if you have a problem, I guess you should write about it. Bradbury certainly did. He made his feelings somewhat known about education and gambling and the situations leading to the establishment of the United States on land formerly held by somebody else, I guess. So there you have it. Thank you for tuning in. And next time, which will be next Saturday, we'll be looking at a new story called We'll Just Act Natural, which was written in 1948 and 1949. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again next Saturday.